In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve the equation by using the substitutions. So this equation is a trinomial. They have three different terms, and we are trying to solve this equation by factoring techniques. The first thing is when you look at the exponents, you see that they are the exponents, right? There's a fraction on the exponents, 1 over 3, 2 over 3, and so on. So usually for the fractions, we are trying to use the substitutions. And the first thing is I have to rewrite the equation. I see that 2 over 3, I can rewrite that as 1 over 3, and then I put the 2 outside, because when I multiply back, I get 2 over 3. And then the other one, I already have x to the 1 over 3. So I want to keep 1 over 3 and 1 over 3 to be the same, so that I can make the substitutions. Now we let u to be x to the 1 over 3. That is where the substitution comes in. Okay, so whenever you see x to the 1/3, you make that substitution with u. And now you can rewrite the equation. I have 2u squared plus 3, and then x to the 1/3, which is u, minus 20 equal u. And then this is a trinomial, so you can use something called the AC techniques, the AC methods to do the factoring. So what you do now is we label this is the coefficient A, this is the coefficient B, and this is the coefficient C. Now the AC method is saying that we are trying to find the factor AC. A multiplied with C, 2 times negative 20, that gives me negative 40. And then now I look for two numbers. When I multiply them, I get minus 40. When I add them, I get to plus 3. So you want to find the products of the two numbers. When you multiply them together, you get AC, or minus 40. And when you sum them together, you should get 3. Okay, so how do I find those two values x, y? I call that at x to be x, y. So maybe minus 40 divided by 2, then I have 2 and negative 20, right? You multiply them, you get minus 40, but when you add them, you get minus 17, so that is not good. What about, let's say, how about minus 4 and 10? Right, minus 4 times 10 is minus 40, but then you add them together, 10 plus minus 4, that is 6. That is still not 3. What about A and minus 5? 8 times minus 5, that's minus 40, and then A plus minus 5, that is 3, which is what we want, right? 3 and minus 40. So A and minus 5 are the two numbers that we are looking for. After we get A and minus 5, we rewrite the middle term. 3u's into the sum of these two numbers, 8 and minus 5. So 3u's, I write that at 8u, and then minus 5u. 8u minus 5u give me back 3u's. I'm not changing anything. I'm just using these two numbers to rewrite my middle term into the sum of these two numbers. And then I still keep the other one. 2u squared minus 20 equals 0. And then at this step, I'm going to factor by grouping. So I'm going to group the first two terms and the last two terms together, right? You group them together. Between the first two terms, I can factor out 2u. They have a common factor of 2u. So I factor out 2u, I have u left, I have 4, right? 4 times 2u give me 8u. Between minus 5u and minus 20, I can factor out minus 5. Then I have u, and then minus 20 divided by minus 5, that gives me plus 4. And then you see that we also have another common factor, u plus 4, which I can factor another term. When I pull out u plus 4, the first term I have 2u, the second term I have minus 5 equal 0. And now we are using the zero factor properties to solve the equation. You let each of them equal to 0, right? So now your u is going to be subtracting 4 on both sides, and then this guy you can add 5 on both sides, and then u is going to be divided by 2 on both sides, or 5 half. So you got two different answers. U equal -4 and u equal 5/2. Now go back to the previous, go to the original problem. We are not looking for u. You are given x, right? So at the end of the day, you have to rewrite everything back in terms of x. So you have two different values, right? Two different value u, right? So when u equal -4 and when u equal -5/2, remember that your u is equal to x to the 1/3. Okay, your u by substitution is x to the 1/3. So when your u equal -4, that is the same thing, 1x 1/3 equal -4. And when your u equal 5/2, that is when your x 1/3 to be 5/2. And at the end, you are solving for x, right? This is 1/3 power. This is 1/3 power. If you can rewrite this one, you know that this is the radical, the cube root of x equal -4. The same thing here, the cube root of x equal 5 half. And we are looking for x. So to solve for x, you have to get rid of the radical, the root 3. What you can do is we take the power of 3, because the root 3, the radical 3, the index 3, and the power of 3, they will cancel out each other, and you can solve for x. But if you take the power of 3, make sure you do it both sides. Alright, so minus your x equal -4 to the 3rd power, or x equal 5/2 to the 3rd power. And then you can solve for that. -4, right? -4 to the 3rd power is -4 multiply -4 multiplied by -4 3 times, and that is -64. And then the other one is when your x equal 5/2, so 5/2 to the 3rd power, on the top 5 to the 3rd power, that will give you 5 times 5 times 5, right? And then 2 times 2 times 2 at the bottom. So 5 times 5 times 5, 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times. If you divide that, you should get 15.625. And these are the two answers for your equations. X equal -4 or x equal 15.625. And that is the answer.